Hello again. My name is Dr. John Botting. In this video, I will present my second lecture topic, definitions of key terms. I will explain the differences between ICT, education technology, and technology-enhanced learning. I think that it is important for you to separate these things into different categories because each one has its own considerations and problems. Let's get started. ICT is short for Information and Communication Technologies. On its own, ICT has nothing to do with education. ICT is everywhere. Banks use ICT, trains use ICT, there is ICT in your car, and probably in your doorbell at home. The best way to think about ICT is that it is the technical communication infrastructure and operational side of things. Schools need a lot of ICT for the phones, the computers, the Wi-Fi, the printers, the security system, and many other things. An ICT specialist knows about computer servers and how to set up networks in a building and how to implement internet security and so on. Most ICT specialists don't know well about technology for teaching and learning because they usually do not have training or experience as teachers. Similarly, you and the teachers at your school do not need to be ICT specialists. But when there are ICT problems, teachers and ICT specialists need to work together to solve them. Education technology is different. Education technology refers to technology that is meant to be used specifically for teaching and learning. This could be specialized hardware, software, or online services. I have never seen any education technology that was perfect. They usually have strong points and weak points. Educators need to evaluate education technology products and services to judge whether they will be good for teaching and learning at their schools. If ICT specialists or non-educators make these decisions for teachers, the chances increase that the technology will not appropriately match the real needs of teachers and students. This brings us to the last point, technology-enhanced learning. At your school, you already have learning. Now, in the 21st century, the goal is to add various types of useful technology to the teaching and learning process to improve it, to make it more interesting, more efficient, more accommodating of different learning styles, and so on. Both ICT and education technology serve the goal of technology-enhanced learning. That is what schools should pay the most attention to, using technology to improve learning. The world is changing. It is very different now than it was 40 years ago, and it will be very different 40 years from now than it is today. It is my own personal opinion that Japan is about 20 years behind other leading countries when it comes to enhancing learning with technology. On the positive side, we can quickly learn from the successes and failures that other countries have already experienced. Think of it as a shortcut. By the way, it is okay if you continue to just say ICT. You don't have to change your everyday language. I just wanted to explain the difference between ICT, education technology, and technology-enhanced learning for your benefit as you try to implement. Please join me for video 5, where I will talk about some of the resources that are available to you and the teachers at your school.